greatest passion often comes from your deepest hurt. John Eldridge. I heard that statement, and then it kind of stuck with me. And if you're here, and if you're looking for your passion, start there. That's what it is for me. My name is Troy Evans. This is my nephew, uncle, Mark Evans, and we are from Hustle, Pray, Eat, and we like to call it HPE. For me, I got involved with gangs early on when I was a shorty. My whole family, we fight for real, professionally. That's what we do. At 9 years old and on, and the gang thought they would put that to use. Make a long story short, just got involved with some foolishness and started selling these white things called crack cocaine, facing 20 years in prison after getting caught in a grand jury investigation. I'm sitting here and then I'm doing my thing, get out of jail, invite my family to be a part. 3 of my brothers shot from one summer to the next. One of them ended up being his father. And I look around like, yo, there's church over here, church over here, church over there. And I was looking for something. I knew I was something. I was leading over here, but didn't have the leadership that was necessary. And the church wasn't there to invest it in me, just quite frankly. My deepest hurt, driving the greatest passion. And for me, there was a gang leader there, though, who discipled me. My first birds and bees conversation was with this gang leader. My first and only conversation, right? And it led me into the space of desiring to change and doing some stuff. And I ended up traveling because I lost my mind, and there's no PTSD programming for gangbangers. And I lost my mind and ended up homeless, actually here in North Carolina. Then I found my way to Detroit, and that's where the journey started, and when the passion connected, and I started surrender to Christ. Then I started to work with business owners and work with people who actually cared, and they started to invest in my life. And there was a leader there who was a Christian who decided to help me do what God called me to do. Then I decided to plant a church. That's where I met this dude. I didn't know him as my nephew. Him and a bunch of other teenagers. We planted a hip-hop church in Michigan. We were able to take leaders, inspiring young leaders, and said, like, yo, why don't you go on a journey for us? And we started to do some things and gave jobs and started businesses, and Hustle, Pray, Eat would be one of them.
I love the story. PE always failed to mention that my father is still alive. So you can thank you for the prayers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. But he was absent my whole life. So it led me to look for leadership, and I found it at the church. 10 years later, I'm married, moved to a new state, got a new house, new responsibilities, and new expenses. So that's where Hustle, Pray, Eat was started. To back up a little bit, I am a traveling artist. I DJ, I traveled around the country, and recently went to England to have my first international show. So how we make money is live shows and merch. So I needed to find something. I wanted to make something that involves everyone, and Hustle, Pray, Eat was it. Moved from Kentucky back home. I moved inside of PE's house, actually, and he seen the shirt. He really liked the shirt, and he asked what it meant, and I kind of freestyled something, and that's when the business met the mission. Hustle, Pray, Eat, the brand that motivates. So we break it down into work hard and smart, seek the Lord always, and invest in yourself and the community around you. So since then, since we started, we've gotten tons of feedback. Does anyone in here own a Hustle, Pray, Eat shirt? Can you hand? So you know exactly what I mean when everybody comes up to you and they ask you and they inquire and they want to know, you know, what is this brand and why are we talking? Why are we having this conversation? Few years into, 4 months into, we had a DTR, a different conversation saying, hey, what do you want to do with this? And the passion was to invest in other businesses like Troy, The Edge, Nitrogen has invested in me. So it sent us on a route of urban leadership.
So we started legit 18 companies. We hired about 300 youth, giving them jobs actually in the church to tell them that they have worth. And that's what we decided to do in Hustle Pray Eat being one of those businesses. And we said, man, I'm not here to make more money. I'm here to make disciples. We are here to make disciples, so why don't we teach younger people to make disciples while they're pursuing their business? So it's business on mission, on purpose. And we do that through our HPE leadership through 4 different methods. Our urban residency. Most denominational leaders in this room, network leaders, would love to do something in the hood, would love to see a movement happening. It's not a lack of desire, it's a lack of leaders. The pipeline is clogged. We need more healthy places where we're sending leaders to be emerge. Well, we've done that. About 50 of them have gone through, and it's amazing to watch them go do the thing. Our TCI project. So we're working with about 20 churches now. 20 churches now. Will be 21 tomorrow. Hopefully they'll sign on. That we're helping them to learn how to make disciples and reach their community. As a T-shirt brand, by the way, right? Oh, thank you, appreciate that. Urban Leadership Conference. So we have an Urban Leadership Conference where it's not just ideas, but you leave our conference and you get to know, like, yo, how do I do a business plan? How you do SWOT analysis? How you read financials? Just practical stuff, right? And then lastly, we have an Urban Church Planting Network where we plant churches in England and in the U.S. Thank you, my name is Troy Evans.
Mark Evans.
And he is my uncle.